All right, to everyone joining us in the stream, welcome. This is obviously, for those of you that have been around for a long time, know that this is the veteran battle right here. The two teams that have been in it since season one. We're about to watch it happen. The first game for these two teams in season
three. Season three.
Yeah, so once again, obviously we're on Velocity. Very quick map. We're going to see how each of these teams decide to play it. We've seen a lot of new strats this season from a couple of the teams that have just played. It'll be very interesting, I think. Today I've got OMG with me.
How you doing, Walrus?
Pretty good, mate. So I'm going to just say that this is going to be the team that you... the commentating duo that you see for quite a while. It's going to be OMG Walrus.
I mean, there's a little bit of tension. There's a little bit of tension here because I'm actually a member of the minors team in Cap-22's, and I think Walrus, you're a member of the team of the 0.12 Rubles team.
Yes, and it appears we've got a very interesting start to the game. Might actually go for a reset, I'm sure. But yeah, so these two teams have had quite the history playing each other. Obviously, veterans of the game would know that these down to the last cap, always the last seconds of the game. It's always hectic to watch. It's non-stop action, and I am super keen for this game.
It's one thing to note as well that all the games that these two teams have played against each other over the years, they've tended to always be really, really close. So I hope we're in for a very entertaining one tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be really interesting to see how each of the teams, obviously being around for so long, the chemistry should be absolutely amazing tonight. Hopefully, just everything goes to plan for both teams, and it's really exciting. We're about 10 seconds away now. Both teams seem to be getting themselves some good spawns.
3, 2, 1.
And game 2 of season 3 is off. We've got both teams obviously fighting for the power-ups. We've got Vap and Rain on offense for the Cap-22's, and Pinkman and Balljobby on offense.
That was pretty risky there from 0.12 Rubles, with Vapulate almost getting a cap in the first 10 seconds of the game.
And Rain doesn't seem to be getting much pressure on the chase. Now we have the pressure. Regrab on this map is absolutely paramount. I mean, anyone that was just listening to the last stream will know I'm going to be saying this a lot, but a map like this where 3 seconds can make the difference between a cap and not a cap, regrab communication is going to be so important here. And it looks like Cap-22's have got that down pat so far. Just got to be careful. See, something like that where Rain goes through very quickly can leave the flag open, and anything from the Rubles there, grab for instance, could result in a cap quite easily.
Another thing to notice is that a huge thing on this map is power-up control. We've got 0.12 Rubles with 3 of the 4 power-ups on the power-ups respawning there. So we'll see if that makes a big difference here.
And some beautiful work just there by Vapulate. Unfortunately not able to get a cap out of it. It was really clogged in there by the Rubles. But
Pinkman missing a boost there. There was an easy cap there with Pinkman missing the boost, unfortunately.
And the reason for that almost easy cap, obviously coming from the lack of regrab, but unlucky that Pinkman was unable to line that boost up quite right. I think Pinkman might be going for it here. Just
he's got 3 to beat and he's retreating. There we go. Now we have Street Lab with the flag from Rubles and Vapulate sitting there alone. No one on regrab from Cap-22's. And as Pili
unlike last game, between blue balls and balls to the wall, power-ups aren't really being people aren't really going for the power-ups as much this game.
Uncontested.
Exactly, like those power-ups sitting around for seconds, 10 seconds before even being picked up. Looks like we've got a reset. Just interesting to see that Cap-22's have got 2 chases. And now the Rubles, seeing what they can do with the flag.
I think it's interesting, the philosophy with the power-ups in this game though, especially the 2 base power-ups, because I think it's almost a weakness actually for one team to be sort of losing a couple of players for 5 to 10 seconds every minute going for the power-ups. I think that could be one of the things that led to the cap train we saw in the previous game. So as long as both teams are going for it, contesting the power-ups, it's a good decision to go for the power-ups. But I think, especially for those 2 base power-ups where it's difficult to get in and out quickly, it could almost be better to wait for an opportune moment rather than get it as soon as they respawn.
And it looks like we might have just had a sub, which we'll just point out right now. Each team only gets 2 subs per half. One has just been taken out.
No, that was just Vapulate leaving and then coming back in. Sorry,
was it? Sorry, my bad.
Here we go. Yeah, Rain with a rolling bomb there. Can he make it through Cap?
Gets the return.
Bombs it in, and that's a cap. 1 cap for Cap-22's.
But yeah, as you were saying earlier, the house power-ups, as most people call them, can, even as the flag carrier, going in there to grab a rolling bomb can get you in quite a sticky situation. Sometimes it's just not worth it.
Well, rolling bomb's really the only acceptable one to go in there for if you're the carrier.
That's right. Regrab a bit slow for the Cap-22's. But it does get there in the end.
Well, Rain's got foot a beat and he's retreating as he probably should. Even an offender as good as him probably can't beat 4 of the best players in OLTP.
So far, 1 cap in 5 minutes, and it's quite even in my opinion. So I reckon this will be a very interesting game.
Very evenly matched, yeah. We're seeing the same positions played as at the start of the game. It's very easy, especially on velocity, to get yourself lost in the momentum of the game and change positions around and become unorganized, but both teams are maintaining a high level of organization.
We've just seen some great returns by Asp and an amazing escape from base by Rain. He might be seeing what he can do here if they can get the blocks. Rain with another 2 jukes. Street Lamp grabs the flag and might be able to save that. And it looks like it's turned the other way. Might actually go the other way for a second. Street Lamp with some fancy feet.
Street Lamp's making it out alive. Street Lamp's got 2 to beat, 3 to beat, with 2 defenders in base. Let's see.
Interesting bomb strats there. Asp lining up the snipe and popped himself. Street Lamp.
I think that was a deliberate handoff there.
Oh, was it? I wasn't paying much attention to the other end of the field. Street Lamp getting on regrab though. Ball Jobby taking the boost, and that's going to be a cap.
Beautiful cap from 0.12 rubles.
Dokugan making
1-1. These teams really living up to their past with even intense games.
And we might see this again if Street Lamp and Dokugan can get the blocks here. It's 2-2, but it's just not there. Ball Jobby playing it safe.
Seems like Rubles has really gotten Cap-22's on their back legs for a moment here, because you'll notice Rubles has got their defense pretty solid, 2 on defense, flag always in their base, but Cap-22's, I mean, we'll just quickly analyze the hold times for the 2 teams, and I'm expecting that we'll see Rubles having quite a large hold time compared with Cap-22's.
And we've just seen Ball Jobby go for a very ambitious split just here. We've got Ball Jobby back on regrab with Pinkman with the flag for the Rubles and Vap for the Cap-22's. General play, I suppose. Both teams with regrab, 2 chases. Almost a kiss there. And Rain with the snipe
Rain
and
with the
Tag
snipe.
Pro escort now.
We got
There's a kiss. And it's always the situations like the kiss that really bring out whether or not the teams have good regrab communications or not. I mean, it's important, as we've said, to get there ASAP and to communicate with your other offender that you're going for the kiss. To have that regrab set is extremely important. Pinkman with a very flaccid return right there. We got the Tag Pro escort. Nothing from it though.
Not quite good enough from Pinkman though. I loved his strategy just before. Vapiolite was sitting behind the spikes there. Pinkman went for the boost but missed it. Just missed it. Made Vapiolite sort of hesitate for a second before he just got a regular return.
Pinkman shut down here. Street Lamp grabbing. It's just Vap and Street Lamp in the base right now. Rain trying to coax him back into house, and it looks like he might be cornered here. Street Lamp gets out, and yes, it's returned. Now, okay, I'm getting some loss on my end of things as P just goes through the spikes. But yeah, back to a regular old Tag Pro, same as always, same. And ISO gets out, but is finally returned. Ball Jobby away. No regrab yet for the Rubles. It looks like Pinkman's on his way. That might be shut down here, and that's that for Ball Jobby.
Second cap for Rubles there.
So far, the hold times have been quite equal for the two teams. Ball Jobby and Vapiolate with very similar times. About a bit over 2 minutes.
Then we've got Pinkman and Street Lamp both with times heading on 2 minutes. And end of the first half with Rubles leading. Wow! Oh my goodness! I totally missed that. Right at the end, we had another cap for Rubles. I'm stunned. I totally missed that. Wow.
Majority of the players actually decided that being the last couple of seconds of the game that they would just, stop playing, but obviously not the right move in this situation with another cap for the Rubles.
I can imagine the atmosphere in the Cap-22 room right now is probably far from positive with that blunder right there. Wow. I am looking forward to looking at the replay on that one.
I think I might go have a quick listen into the Rubles halftime chat and see what's going on there.
I think I might have a quick listen into Cap-22's and see if we can get a gist of the atmosphere going on right now.
We'll be right back. Okay, obviously in the Rubles team are very loud, very positive. Probably going to work on a bit of regrab positioning and overall shouting, from what I can from what I can hear. We'll get an update from OMG in just a moment, I'm sure. But just a hunch, I think the Cap-22's might not be in such a good mood. But I mean, something like that, it really shows how important it is to play till the timer goes off. Like, that would have to be within the final seconds of that half. There's a cap. How was the atmosphere, Owen?
Oh, sorry, I just had to be unmuted there. I've been physically muted, but I'm back.
How was the atmosphere down in the Cap-22 room?
Oh, well, the words flying around returns and get on regrab. So it seems to be the theme for Cap-22's is get those quick returns and make sure someone's always on regrab.
Yeah, so I'll just check. I think we're about to kick off the second half here. Not quite.
No, not quite.
But yeah, so very here this game. Obviously, as per usual, living up to the standards of a veteran against veteran teams. It's a very interesting game so far. I'm very excited for the second half. Can't wait to see how that goes.
Cap-22's just calling for a couple more minutes so they can have a bit more of a team talk. And some oranges, says Balakwa. Gonna need some oranges half-time.
Some interesting trash talking going on in the halftime group chat. Yeah, it's always good when you've got two rival teams going up against one another.
There's so much history, there's so much chemistry. It looks like we're about to kick off the second half. Are we ready?
Yes,
here we go.
We're
Love
in.
it.
Here we go.
Picked it, almost to the second there. I got T-Swift blaring in one ear, Mumble blaring in the other. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to commentate.
Yeah, this game, unlike the last game between blue balls and balls to the wall, power-ups aren't as controlled. I mean, blue balls and balls to the wall both fought every power-up every single time, whereas Cap-22's and Rubles seem to just be going for it whenever it's seen. So it's interesting how two different games, same night, same map, can have such like different flows, I guess.
2, 1.
So here we go, kicking off the second half. Obviously, teams getting their respective power-ups. We've got Street Lamb going for a quick grab, but no success. Rain might be able to get out of base here. He does.
Rain's out. Past 3, past 2.
And is picked off.
And he's been returned. Now we'll see if Cap-22 lives up to their halftime talk and chuck someone on that regrab really quickly.
A very
with
quick
a quick
cap there.
cap from Vapulate. He's managed to convert the cap that he failed to get in the first half.
I mean,
probably.
Oh, and a turnaround there. Vapulate
wow.
not sitting on regrab as he should have
Well,
been.
if Cap-22's can get this return quickly,
There's
then
another
got a
cap.
second cap within 45 seconds. This is incredible.
Yeah, just that first cap, I couldn't quite tell which team was actually belonging to which half. It was just a clusterfuck, to be honest. Excuse the language, but yeah, like wasn't very, what would you call it? Wasn't very organized first cap.
It wasn't very easy for us to follow, I think is the problem. It just makes me so uncomfortable when these players are so good at doing things that I don't think I could do on purpose, you know?
Exactly, but it's slowing down a bit, I think. We've gone back to what you'd see from most teams. Very exciting first 2 minutes, though. I'll tell you that much. Vapulate just gets away from 3, finally picked off by Ball Jobby. Rain almost getting force kicked to Pinkman. A nice slip through and pops himself with a little lol to cap it off.
We got some quick returns here from Rubles. Looking a little bit dangerous on Cap-22's side. 4 on offense, defense. Street Lamp with the regrab.
Ball Jobby's straight up there for the regrab. Really good strats there, in my opinion.
Vapulate quickly
Street Lamp
scoping out
with
the
no
base
pressure
situation.
whatsoever. Sorry to talk over the top, but yeah, Street Lamp, no chases.
I think the problem wasn't that people weren't willing to chase him, rather they just didn't know where he worked, because he got the regrab when no one was in base and no one was able to even call out his location.
Funny thing is, though, he was just chilling, waiting for power-up. You'd think that at least one player from the other team would have gone for right pipe. But
to contest that power-up, but no, we hadn't had anything. I think they knew that he had the flag, and so they might have just been staying in the base hoping for him to come in. which of course is dangerous, especially if he'd gotten a rolling bomb or something like that.
Vaculate just getting on regrab. I'm not sure if we're actually going to see someone from red team getting on regrab. Here we go. Rain goes through with it. Ice remains on chase. Pinkman establishes regrab.
And Asby looks like he's on regrab there. But again, dangerous situation for Cap-22's. They're in front, but I'd say they're on their back feet again.
Pinkman picks up the rolling bomb. Can the blocks happen?
Oh, unfortunate for Rubles not getting those blocks.
The regrab train that we're seeing between Pinkman and Balljob is pretty damn good in my opinion. Pinkman getting the enemy team's house power up and making it out of base, going through right pipe. Rain's going up the middle, chased by 2. Not sure how this is going to end for Rain.
Need the juke juice to do some sick jukes. These are sweet. He's running the team around in circles, almost literally.
Pinkman returned. Balljobby takes the flag and Street Lamp with a very quick replacement for the regrab.
It looks like we've got Cap-22's back on their feet. Someone on regrab now. The Vapulate's on regrab. Rain's got the flag. And Asby and ISO looking
once
to
again,
chase current flag carrier.
No contest for left pipe power up. I want to see how long that sits there, especially a tag pro. So damn useful. And Rain picks it up.
Looks like he's just going to grab it to stop the other team getting it. But it's been the cause of his demise there. Rain's finally dropped the flag. Vapulate's going to have to drop. ISO's got regrab, but Dokugun's only got 1 to beat before he's uncontested. A return to Cap situation.
We might see some blocks here that result in a Cap. No, we don't.
Not quite. Rain and Vapulate with their Duke Juices just catching up there. Oh, looks like we got a Cap.
This has got to be a Cap. No, Street Lamp makes it out.
Lamp. Wow. A-grade Dukes from Street Lamp. That's incredible work.
And I'm not... Street Lamp saved the day, which he did. I mean, that was a really good job by him. He definitely saved that Cap, but I would have thought you'd see some more of the Rubles players. I mean, sorry, the Cap... Oh, look. The Rubles players going for that regrab, or at least getting ahead of the enemy flag carrier.
Yeah. You broke up a little bit there for me, mate. I'm not sure if it's happened on the stream, but could you reiterate that? Because I'm really interested in what you're saying now.
I can't quite remember. I think I said something more like... okay, it did happen on the stream.
Just for me, radio, just for me, cool.
No, he said it happened on stream. So what I was saying was, obviously, that was a great save by Street there, but... I mean, you can't just go, yes, good job, Street Lamp, you've saved the day. I think it's also important for the team to think about what could have been done better, sorry.
Yeah, because as a team, what you don't want is for one player to having to be saving the day every time, especially when one more Cap from Cap-22's is going to tie up the game all round so far. We got 3 minutes with, on total, Rubles is 1 Cap ahead from their 3-1 victory in the first half.
We've just seen a kiss
Ball
and
on regrab. We've got some heavy defense from Rubles still.
And no regrab for Rubles either.
No regrab for Rubles. Pinkman heading up on offense, but 3 on defense for Rubles at the moment.
We've got a defense. Pinkman.
Vapulate juking, slices them straight down the middle. Dokugun and Street Lamp, like a couple of scrubs that they are.
Vav had some nice jukes there. It was just unlucky. He just got a bit clustered in there. There wasn't much, not gonna lie. We might see something here if we can get some quick returns. No, we won't. And Rain defending regrab. This is a strat that we saw in the last game as well. Sometimes having one defender sit back. I'm not sure if he spawned there, but having one defender sit back to defend regrab just to slow down the game. Sometimes it does get a bit too fast, and something like that can really help out. Ooh. Street Lamp ahead if there can be a return
So long as Vapulate doesn't get returned, I think we're mostly safe, and he seems to be pretty clear of any risk here.
Pair-ups are all picked up once again. I think they're quite staggered this game. They're not all spawning together, and that's obviously as a result of the lack of fighting for power-ups.
Vapulate showing his audacity with the Juke Juice and the Rolling Bomb, going into base with two regrabs there from Rubles. Just waiting for an opportunity now. Oh, Rain with a beautiful return. They're really focusing on these quick returns, taking a few more risks, but they seem to be paying off, especially with teams of these skills. What?
A very quick cap by Pinkman.
Not sure. I think I might have spoken too soon then, because Rubles has just gotten another cap. Dangerous situation for Cap-22's. Rubles is on a roll now with someone on regrab. And again, it looks like I've spoken too soon because no one's there to pick up this.
That was a very interesting reset there. 4 players for the Rubles just sitting in base, and 2-2 split for the Cap-22's. Asp might go through. 3. That might be a cap.
Wow.
Ball Joey saves it. See, I think something like that is probably what you really want to see from a team. They didn't really go for the chase, but more so they beelined straight for the opposite team's base. It's really important to get ahead rather than getting the return, because offensive defense clustering the enemy base is a lot easier to get the return. So I'm really happy I saw that.
Three, 2, 1.
We have the end of the game here. No final cap in the last second like there was in the first half. And we have a Rubles victory. So I'm not sure what the score is there. 5-3, I think, in Rubles' favor.
Yeah, as usual though, very exciting game between the two. First couple of minutes of that second half, absolutely insane, and the last second of the first half, quite exciting as well. It's what you expect from these two teams, I suppose. Top notch in my opinion. It seemed that both teams most of the time knew where the enemy flag carrier was and had regrab established, which is what you want to see on a map as fast-paced as Velocity. Different, obviously, different play, I guess, different feel to the first game we saw between the blue balls and the balls to the wall, but exciting nonetheless. And it's quite interesting to see how the flow of the game change. The game remains the same.
Yeah, great game, I thought. Really good game. It almost reminded me of a boxing match. Like, one team would get a cap and the other one would go in for a couple of punches, the left hook there, one of them here. Oh, just really entertaining. And then the other bits was sort of like they were dancing around each other, looking for an opportunity to strike.
Yeah, and it's easy to say, yep, Rubles won, but yeah, as I've seen here, said by Radiant,
both teams looking like they're going to be forces to be reckoned with, to steal a little quote there in the coming competition.
Yeah, I was really happy with it. Glad I watched that one. Glad I was here to commentate the OMG Walrus duo here.
We got Rain in here in the stream room with us. Anything you wanted to say, Rain, about that game? Thoughts?
Oh man, I'm pretty pissed about that game, honestly, because I thought that a lot of things went against us. Like 50-50s went against us. Like, I don't know if you guys saw, but Street Lamb spawned on the one tile that he could have spawned on to get the TP away from me, which is like
definitely
really
frustrating.
Unlucky. And then in our base, we got really unlucky with returns not going our way. I think that gave them a lot of momentum. The game time ticking into -1, and playing a full second didn't exactly help, but I probably should have realised that was going to happen. Apart from that, I thought that our positioning, as Ray mentioned in the chat, our positioning was quite good, but they could just get past us. Like, their offenders could just get past us. a lot. Their defense played really well in the first half. The second half, I don't think they played as well.
Which was reflected in the score as well.
They got ahead a couple of caps in the first half. 2-1 at one point, which I thought was a bit unfair because our positioning and our juking had been really good up at that point, and we lost 2 caps based off stupid mistakes. And the cap that we scored was like...
That's exactly right. And we've also got Street Lamp from Rubles here. Thoughts about the game, Street Lamp? What did you think? How did you go?
Well, we are clearly the Bulls of Tag Road. Rubles are the Bulls of Tag Road. We did so fucking well in the first half. Like, shit, I nearly lost my voice because I was shouting so fucking hard in the first half. That last cap, who fucking does that? Like, that was so close to the 0.25 seconds.
That was crazy, that last cap.
That was fucking insane. And then
I just missed it. I didn't even see the cap. I just heard the cheering at the end, and I thought it was just the signal for the end of the game.
Nah, man. Oh, and shit, like, the second half we were pretty trash, but who cares about that? First half glory, that's what it's all about, man. It's all about wrecking them in the start of the game when they really, like, they still have some morale, and then you just crush it. It's great.
And then coming in to the stream and rubbing salt in the wound right at the end of the game, that's what it's all about, I think.
Well, you asked me to come in here.
Oh, no. Very glad you did it. It makes for great entertainment. I'm just saying. And I mean, salt helps the wounds heal quicker anyway. I think that's at least my mum said that when I was like 7 or going to the beach or something like that.
Pretty sure salt makes it scar or something. Like, it's pretty bad for the wound, actually.
Nah, man. Conventional wisdom is what's up, hey? Anyway, that's it for the second game. That's it for the second game there. Thank you all for joining us. And we have another game currently going on. Demo's recording it, I think. So we'll see if we can hop onto that one and have a look.